What is going on, guys? It is your boy Cali Mac on the track, Never bringing it back, and we are back with Strawhat Sitdown, episode 116.
Let's go.
Let's get it.
Dubs. I'm here with half of the crew today. Unfortunately, Mod cannot make it. He had some prior things he had to take care of. But, we're gonna hold it down for him.
Yes, sir.
I am here with the rest of the crew as usual. Though. That boy Mr. G in the building. What is going on, my brother?
Yo, what's good, everybody? Shout out to my grandmother. She has been doing very well. Everything that's happened to her, but she's still here. She's, with us, and she is trying. Like, she actually is gonna be moving in with us, with our family.
Nice.
But she's trying, and that's something that I just wanted to shout her out because it's a hard time, and I love you, and just keep it going because we definitely want you here. So, just shout out to my grandma. Yeah.
Absolutely. That's very commendable of you too, because a lot of people, wouldn't want their peoples coming back in to live with them once they've already, gotten out of that phase. So it's very commendable of you to take that, and make sure
I think I also I think I can add that I think one thing about Mista is like I've never seen a guy more family oriented and taking care of his people. So that's my guy. I'm not surprised.
That is my guy right there. That's the GOAT.
That's
the GOAT.
That's what the G is for, yo.
Yes, sir.
All right. Last but not least, YHuss.
Wow, this is way too quick. It's too soon, bro. I'm not ready. My stage isn't set. But yeah, man, shout out to Mod. We'll hold it down for you. It's funny the episode that we need power scaling. He's not here, but hey, hold that.
Man. I'm sure he'll have plenty to say when he comes back next week about what he missed for sure.
Yeah, we might radio him in. Get a call in. but yeah, I'm excited for this chapter. It's fun because there's a big first time that's happened in this chapter that I'm excited to talk about.
I don't know what you're talking about, but I'm interested to see.
I think it might be what you were talking about in the chat earlier, but we'll see.
Maybe.
Real quick though, for those of you on YouTube, hit that sub, man. We're getting over 100 views. I know some of you are not subbed. Sub to us, we putting out that One Piece content weekly,
Sure.
And we just want to talk to One Piece to y'all, so please give us some subs, yo.
Let us know what you thought about the chapter, everything.
Yeah.
Thank you, because I definitely forgot. I'm not gonna lie. Good shit.
we hold each other down, bro.
Oh God. All right, let's get into the chapter. Right, y'all good? Ready?
Yeah,
sir.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Chapter 1119, Emet. First translation difference between the unofficial and the official. The unofficial, it was Emet with an H at the end.
Yeah.
YHuss told us before the episode started that this is closer to the Japanese translation.
Yeah. Per sources, my boys that can read Japanese. Yeah. It's like Emet, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Ooh.
Go ahead.
Real quick, speaking of Japanese, the Japanese volleyball team is actually playing in the finals of the Volleyball National League today at 2 p.m. So, that shit is gonna be awesome to watch. They're playing against France.
I saw a nice rally of theirs.
Bro, it's sick, man. It's so good.
It is, man. Back to One Piece now.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie. I don't have the slightest interest in volleyball, but I was gonna let bro cook though. I was gonna let him go though. I ain't gonna lie. I respect it.
It's because you haven't tasted the well of volleyball, bro.
I'm gonna tap in with you one of these days. I ain't gonna lie.
Just watch IQ, man. That's all you need to do.
For real.
Anyway.
Yeah. We got the cover story. We got another cover story. We have Yamato beginning her trek across the land of Wano. On her journey, she stops because she is getting pelted with rocks by children who hate Kaido. I think this is a really cool way to start her voyage because we know that the seeds of evil and villainous things that Kaido was planted are still remnant across the land. So being the splitting image of Kaido, she's definitely gonna have to. This is probably not gonna be the last time she has to deal with people not liking her father,
Yeah, especially because it's the people that know, they know that she's on their side,
right?
But everyone else, they don't. It's not like they spread the word. Oh, Yamato helped fight Kaido. No, if you know, and these kids, they grew up, they've seen all the things that Kaido has done, and of course they're gonna be filled with hate. But I think Yamato will change that as the pilgrimage goes on.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah, I agree.
when you look at the what Wano was really about, and you think about the conflict that made Orochi's family, go against the people, which is their ancestor might have made a mistake, but their whole family line was persecuted for it, and that's what caused the bubbling of Orochi's hatred to like take over the land. So it's kind of like Yamato has to face a little bit of that and flip the themes on its head. I think it's a cool thing for her to go through and experience. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely dope. Definitely dope. I'm interested to see if this cover story continues her journey, or if she maybe stops to give the kids candy or something, and like this is how she starts to
You,
make peace over the land.
you know what would be pretty cool is if these kids are following Yamato, just like how when
That
Odin
would
was
be
going on
cool.
his journey
Oh,
and he got his
that's
Akazaya
good.
9,
That's
That's
cool.
good. That's good.
and
That would be cool.
right because like no, they didn't know Odin, but he changed their minds by his actions, and they joined them. And I feel like that's definitely, if she's on the path of Odin, there's
Yeah,
definitely something
that's
that's
a
definitely
really good
possible.
point. I could definitely see that happen. Really good point.
Yeah.
Yep, we gotta wait for the next cover story to see what happens. On to the chapter. We start off this chapter in the broken, abandoned labosphere. Everybody's gone but Stussy and Kaku. We get a very emotional dialogue between the two, where Kaku is coldly telling Stussy to just go and leave, talking about basically just being really cold to Stussy, saying how he used to respect her, but he knows that when Lucci gets here, he's going to try and kill Stussy. So he's trying to spare her by just letting her go.
He's old. What is it? Old Yeller? Oh, Old Yeller, right? He's
With the
like,
dog.
oh, yeah, with the dog thing. Like, go! I don't want you. Just go. Like, just trying to save her in actuality,
Yeah.
because he does have a point. From what he knows that Lucy is a cold-blooded killer. He doesn't know about the moment of humanity Lucy showed when he asked Mars to spare Kaku. But from what he knows that Lucy's a killer. So he's
But
like,
even with
you
that
betrayed
humanity,
us.
yeah, even with that humanity, would he spare Stussy? Because
No,
Stussy betrayed
definitely
them.
not.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Like,
Yeah. So it'd be on site pretty much.
but I do see it is interesting to note how Kaku perceives Lucci as this cold-blooded person who he knows is no nonsense and is just gonna end Stussy. But meanwhile, Lucci is indeed trying to make sure that Kaku is safe. So I do agree that Kaku's perception of Lucci is off. I just don't think that I don't think he would spare Stussy regardless of
No,
his
yeah,
humanity.
I think we definitely agree.
Yeah,
But I still
I
think
do agree.
that moment of humanity is definitely big time. And when you look at it with this moment, it makes it a bit deeper because like Kaku definitely like I think Kaku, if Lucci was not here, I think Kaku would have bounced. Kaku would have been like, oh yeah, let's get the fuck out of here. After the world government, let's just live our own lives because we got a new lease on life or whatever. But I think at the same time, him and Lucci are partners, and they've been partners for a long time. They're in undercover for like 10 years or whatever. So I think it's kind of like, what's the word, bittersweet, that they're like, you know what, man, we're in this together a little bit. Because he could leave just with Stussy, and then she wouldn't be in danger of Lucci, but he doesn't want to leave Lucci alone too, I think.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, and you can see that very last panel. You can see the
pain.
I was trying to think of the word for it, but yeah, he's obviously not happy with the situation.
Yeah.
But she does walk away. We see the little stepping noises at the top. So she is.
Oh, is that what that is? I was just about to ask y'all what that was.
I assume that was her walking away.
Okay.
Yeah,
That
really
makes sense.
sad. Stussy has had a pretty sad undertones of her character. She's talking about when she talked about in her flashback, in the Kuma flashback, about I'm barely like a person or whatever.
Yeah.
What do I have to live for and all that? And we thought we should get a bit of a happy ending, but I guess not.
Yeah, she
At least
definitely
not
has some
yet.
struggle. She
Not
definitely
yet,
has
yeah.
some character struggles for sure. So does Kaku too. Kaku might be underrated. Underrated. I don't want to say MVP, but his character has been pretty cool this arc. And
Absolutely.
it's been low key. It hasn't been thrown in our face, but it's been shown through his expressions and reactions to certain situations happening.
Yeah.
That's a good pickup. I would say he would be like the unsung hero, like in a way. type of not really,
I
but
wouldn't
like
say he hasn't done anything that like has really affected the plot necessarily. But as far as his personal character growth and his character arc, we've seen little hints of growth and stuff.
Yeah, definitely underappreciated.
Yeah,
that's the word. That's the word.
yeah. But yeah, Stussy walks away. Kaku's still there. We'll see what happens with them next chapter. We don't see them the rest of the chapter because we are back on the front lines with two niggas. I mean, Nikas.
I almost spit out my drink, bro. Dude.
We got Bonnie Nika and Luffy Nika. The Marines are confused. The Giants are dancing. There's a whole lot going on here. But Bonnie has, off of the last chapter, used her fruit powers to, I think it was, go to a future where she's the most free.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's how she's got this cool new form. Mars.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh,
Let's go.
look at you.
Oh, look at this guy.
I'm out here.
Woo.
Mars is not having any of that though. He sees what's going on and he immediately hits him with the mouth beam.
I was gonna do it again. But I decided not
I
to.
appreciate you, bro. I appreciate that. Luffy gets in front of the beam and uses his gum balloon to block it, to stop as much of the flames and the beam from damaging his friends in the ship as possible. And as he's blocking Mars's attack, he tells everybody on the ship to hit him as hard as they can. They all pretty much agree more or less. As the Giants are putting out the fire, Luffy grabs Mars and tells him to hurry up while he has a hold of Mars. And Sanji, Franky, and Bonnie all give Luffy a very strong attack to his back while he's holding Mars. They're basically making a pseudo slingshot almost, using the momentum from the attacks to try and bounce Mars away. But as he's doing that, he feels pain. We got a very, very, very interesting line here. He's saying, we get Bonnie saying that, what, we're hurting you? And Luffy says, of course it's gonna hurt if you use hockey.
Which is a bit of a change, definitely.
Yeah.
Because before he said you guys are using hockey, and I feel like now it's almost more of a response to Bonnie.
I didn't think about that. You're right. Yeah, that is an interesting change from the scans. So
we can still work with the original in terms of like, does that mean Franky has hockey? Which
I didn't think so personally.
Me neither. Though I will say that is a new, even though it's just a fucking right punch. He did say a new, like he said, impactful strong right, which is like a new, like kind of like how Zoro has like the whatever, or like Luffy says red rock or whatever. Yeah. It's a newer punch, but I don't think it means he has hockey.
But that was the TCB, and this is just a strong impact.
No, but the impact part is still new.
Oh, is it?
Okay. Yeah, it's just they just changed like the where it is.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you normally say strong right. Yeah, that's true.
But I don't think that means much. I wouldn't.
Look, they all finish their attack at the bottom here. So it's Ifrit, Jinbe, Hell Memory, Strong Impact, right, Supersized Nika Punch.
Yeah. So before it would, what we're saying is before it would just be strong right instead of strong impact right.
Strong impact,
I see.
right. Okay.
I see. Okay.
But yeah, I just think it's and like me and Callie were talking on his stream, and it's like, bro, Oda is the least consistent with hockey, especially these like 2 arcs. I feel like
absolutely.
He's been super, and like it's really hard to read. So I wouldn't really assume much. And with the change in like the lines, how it's almost like he's responding more to Bonnie. I would assume he's talking to Bonnie.
Yeah.
But
by the way, that's Bonnie's. It's also Bonnie's first time using hockey too. We didn't know she had hockey.
Even for Bonnie, because that was a discussion point we had last week. We were talking about how strong could her power be. Without hockey, it wouldn't be as much. But if she has hockey, that definitely changes things.
But it makes sense though, right? Because she's in her Nika form, and what we've learned about Gear 5 is that it's infused with hockey, conquer, like all that hockey. So I feel like in this instance she would have hockey. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's definitely.
But, and also with Franky, I wouldn't doubt that he gets hockey or he's using hockey here. You know, because he is he's one of the commanders of a Yonko crew, and I think eventually all the Straw Hats will have some form of hockey, whether it's like 1 or 2 of them, or like observation or armament, but I do think it would make sense if he did have it. You know.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the guys in the Twitter chat were talking about how at this point it feels like you would need hockey, so they wouldn't be surprised if everyone on the crew had hockey, like Nami and Chopper, for example. But I also think that's like not like we don't have an indication of any of that. I think later for sure a lot of them could get hockey, but if like Nami, Chopper don't get
Well,
hockey, and then I'm cool with that too. I feel
bro,
like I'm glad to see if there's more ways to fight than just hockey.
we've already seen though Nami does have hockey with Zeus. Zeus
Oh,
has turned hockey before. He's turned like a different color, like
but the black is like a
Yeah,
armament.
thundercloud black. It's like
that's
a
not.
cartoonish effect.
I don't think that's hockey.
Yeah,
No,
yeah, it's more
because
like a
there's a moment where she like maybe you're right because she's used him as a club before and he was blackened. You know what I mean? So part of me thought that that was hockey, but
that's fair. If she hit like a Logia user with it, I would say it.
because
But I think it's
I
more
think
just
she used
Zeus's
it. I
like.
think she used it on Saturn and when they were running away from when he was attacking Robin.
But the only reason I would fight against it because he always turns black during his
That's
moves.
true
'Cause it's
too. Yeah,
thundercloud.
that's
Yeah,
why.
yeah.
Yeah, so like
But
you do have a point.
if they don't get hockey in the end, I'm also cool with that too. I think it would be cool for people to have ways to fight that are not just hockey.
Yeah, yeah,
And the shots are very unique and have cool fighting styles. So
yeah.
it'd
Because
be cool. It'd be
they're a
cool.
blend of everything. You know, like
Yeah,
Shanks is all hockey, Blackbeard's all devil fruits, and the Strawhats are all is a blend of everything.
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
And I agree. They don't, because the issues that they would run into, that they would need hockey to fix. They have members that use hockey that would be able to solve a myriad of problems or fight a myriad of enemies that may be an
Mhm.
issue, to the
Mhm.
point where they could handle any opponents that they would need hockey for, and then everybody else can handle everybody else.
Yeah.
Um,
I find it. I kind of wish Oda had confirmed or deconfirmed Bonnie having hockey before this. Um, just to know if like it truly is this ability giving her hockey, which I wouldn't be surprised because, like I said, I thought the ability was going to be even more broken than what was shown. I thought she was going to be able to use Luffy's like reality warping abilities.
yeah,
Which just because she fell out of the timer doesn't mean she's not able to use it. But still, we didn't see it, so I'm gonna assume not right now. But it would be crazy if she did gain hockey from using her devil fruit. That's such a weird thing to think about if you think about it like that.
that would be
That her devil fruit
different.
gave her
It would be
hockey. That
different.
is
I don't know
crazy.
if I necessarily dislike it, but it would definitely be strange at the very least.
Yeah, I have no judgment right now. But another thing to think for me, I never thought Bonnie was explicitly very weak. I still don't think she's like like Yonko Commander level. I still think Zoro or someone would smoke her.
Yeah,
But she in the beginning of Egghead when they met the Pacifista, she stopped Luffy's attack, which in my opinion is not a small feat by any means, right?
Yeah, but you were right though. She did.
So yeah, I want to keep getting a read on how strong Bonnie is basically what I'm saying.
that's fair. That's fair. Yeah, so they all put their all into their attacks on Luffy. We get a funny line from Franky. Like, push him like you're trying to squeeze the life from his lungs, and Bonnie's just tripping like, what's wrong with you people? It was pretty funny. Yeah, their plan is successful. They use the counterweight from their attacks and Luffy's stretchy body to bounce Mars straight into the sky on some Team Rocket shit, blasting off again.
Ooh, I like that.
Star. We literally see the star. Like, that boy is gone.
At Team Rocket, Star killed me.
That
shit
dude is
crazy.
Going. He's going for the arc. We'll see him. We'll see him again in a couple arcs from now.
What do you guys make of the Bonnie having these like inter-crew moments in this chapter? I thought that was kind of interesting. That like Oda's kind of like showing what the possibility of her on the crew could look like.
Well, they did it with Yamato too, so I'd take it with a
Yeah.
grain of salt.
Did they?
This is true. It did.
Yamato was out here with the crew like that.
Yeah, dude. Remember
She was yapping
with
with them
certain
at the very
members. Yeah, with them like throughout, like when they were like, "Oh, I'm with Luffy," and then they're like, "Okay, they'll
We'll
say
wait for
something,
Luffy
and then
to
they
tell
go
us
to the thing."
that.
But then at the end, they did have their little banter together.
Yeah, I remember the
when,
banter, but
when
I
the
just like
Yamato was like, "I'm on the crew."
I feel like a team attack is it's a lot, bro.
Well,
Well, I mean,
did
to be fair,
Yamato and Luffy not do a team attack too? I think
Yeah, but that's
pretty
Luffy.
compared,
Luffy be doing team attacks with like
with anybody.
Everybody.
I don't know.
like Law and him were fighting Doflamingo, you know what I mean? Though people did think Law would join the crew, but
Yeah.
I don't know, I just feel like she felt really team-esque. Like Sanji was telling her like, yo, captain's orders are absolute. Kind of a little here and there. I'm just saying.
I take it with a grain of salt. I see what you're
That's
saying.
fair, that's fair.
I
Just
take it with a grain
yeah,
of salt.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not. All my troops are not in. They low key are, but yeah.
Yeah, Mars is hasta la vista. The ship is getting ready to bounce, get out of here. They are trying to figure out what the next move is to see what the guys at the Labosphere are doing. Atlas offers to go check on them. And as she tries to figure out what to do, she also takes note that she knows that York is monitoring her and Lilith.
Yep.
As she tries to figure out what to do, we get the transponder snail inside the robot coming back online, and the message continues.
That's a good pickup, bro. I didn't even think of that, bro. That the snail that was the one inside of it.
Yeah, that's the you see he's like
Yeah,
kind of
yeah,
beat
yeah.
up from getting thrown around in the robot, but he's coming back
Yeah.
online. Yeah, so we get the message continuing. Vegapunk says, but actually nothing of the sort, which you might consider a will. Inherited through the years, can only pray that those at the mercy of this reason will be able to hear this message. I can make absolutely nothing out of this.
Yeah,
I'm
not heads
gonna
nor
lie.
tails. Yeah.
Okay,
No.
I just wanted to make sure that I wasn't missing something. Like, I cannot make heads or tails out of any of this.
I think this official actually made it a little bit harder to understand, especially the last bit.
Yeah.
I think we can all agree that obviously what you might consider a will inherited through the years, it's obviously still talking about the people of the D and the will of D. But the TCB, the last few sentences were something about the people that have suffered for this, because of this thing. I hope you guys are able to hear it. And when I think of that, it makes me think of like two things, like the people of the will of D like being persecuted by the world government because they're the enemy of the world government, and also like the fate of those who have the will of D, like dying with a smile on their face, always causing a storm, something like that. But yeah, like the thing is like there's bits and pieces, like in the panel beside Vivi to the left on the left page, like there's like the static and stuff like that where it seems like stuff is being skipped over, so we can't even see where these lines are connected. Are they a paragraph ahead?
This is possible that these messages are still not fully connecting.
Exactly.
Maybe the last panel where we see like the clear last two sentences.
Yeah, because it's coming in like shh.
Yeah, I didn't think about that. You're
exactly.
Right. Yeah,
so that's why it's even harder to understand. But I was gonna say, like, I'm glad that I was right about the message not ending.
I was about to give you your props, yo. Dub for fucking last, because he did say that the message would come back.
I respect it.
There's no way this Iron Giant. There's no way this nigga was just calling it a day. But also, like, the reason I believe the message is not ending is still something that Vegapunk has yet to say. Is that if you think about this message and what the people gain from it, right? The people gain that Vegapunk has died. That and also they also know in the newspaper that what's it called? He's being held hostage by Luffy apparently.
Yeah.
But he did say whoever kills me, don't like cast more judgment on them. I don't know what they wanted to do or whatever. So that's something. So it's like Loki, they're like, okay, fuck Luffy for some reason. And second, it's like, yo, Joy Boy wanted to make the weapons come back. Okay, so why does he want the weapons to come back? Fuck Joy Boy. And three, the Roger pirates know and didn't do anything. Okay, so fuck Roger. So the three people that are getting cooked are the people with Joy Boy's like will, and not at all the world government. I thought that the fact that so far we haven't seen any like anti-world government news is why I thought he would end with that. But he's still, I think at the end of the day, he was talking about the last message. He's talking about the people of the D, and he's still talking about the people of D. So I don't think I was necessarily right that there was more. He's just continuing on his last message, I think. So I don't really have too much to take my flowers for. But trust me, if it comes, I will take them.
I respect it. I definitely respect it.
Also, I want to ask you guys. So what do you guys think Atlas and Lilith are gonna do? Like, do you think they're just gonna leave both? Like try to like separate to get them away? Because I feel like Atlas realized they're coming after them, right? Or maybe. But the fact that York is monitoring them, they might be trying to take him out. So that's definitely a possibility going in their head. So they're probably like, let's leave this ship, let's leave the other ship, and I feel like they might get caught. But I
ain't gonna lie, it's since we lost like the fourth Vegapunk, it's been giving me a Kami got kill vibes, bro. I think they're all just getting smoked by the end of this arc.
Damn, that's a good one, bro. I was so mad at that anime, bro. I'm not gonna lie, that made me mad upset, dude. Oh.
Yeah, I agree, Kelly. I think Atlas leaving the group is like one of those classic horror movies. Like, yo, I'm just gonna check on them real quick, and then like
Yeah.
you separate, and now you're alone, and now you get cooked. Because obviously, what's his name? Ethan Baron, Venus Zero is still up there, and there's a reason. There's a reason the rest of the Chahas are late for some reason, right?
Yeah.
And you got to think what could hold up, Zoro and them. So I'm definitely fearing for Atlas's life, but I am interesting. I am interested in like what Atlas plans to do. Well, I mean, bro, if Zoro can't do anything, you can't do anything either. You know what I mean? But maybe like some lab shit.
Yeah,
she can figure it out.
but I remember when we saw Atlas, they did something with the light type of shit. So I feel like they might
Platonic
do
gloves or
some.
whatever.
Yeah, they might do something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know what the case may be, but
Yo, I
you know.
forgot
Yeah.
about that, but we definitely made a note because she definitely brought out those light grabbing gloves, and we was like,
Yep.
that's gonna come back at some point in this arc.
Facts.
So
Yeah.
I forgot about that. I would be interested to see if she makes something.
And she was the one that gave us that speech when she like dapped up that hologram, and she's like,
Yeah.
"What's real and what's not is like something you have to figure out for yourself." But I've made my verdict on what's real, and I basically understand the world. So yeah, like I think Alice she might have something up her sleeve, or like that could be interesting in that sense. But I do think she's cooked, and I think Lilith is gonna be the only one to make it out.
Yeah. My guess is one is at the end, or they all just get cooked at the end.
Yeah, I agree.
And what do you guys think of the locations that were shown so far? Because we got Whole Cake,
Whole
back
Cake
to
was
V.
crazy.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's cool too.
seeing Katakuri there. Like everyone's bugging out, but he's like mad calm about it. And
Yeah,
then
no surprise.
I think the one to take note of is the dude in the
Guy-
box. Yeah.
Guy, what's his name? Gaimon?
Gaimon, yeah.
Gaimon, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that is so sick. That is actually so fucking sick. That him having a girl is not new. I think she was in a cover story.
Yeah, it wasn't she. He wasn't. It
Okay.
wasn't one of the cover stories.
Yeah, but yeah, it is cool to see Katakuri. I guess we haven't seen the people. What's his sister's name with the mirror ability?
Brule? No.
Brule. Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
surprised
Brule.
we haven't seen her because she was the one who reported that Pudding got kidnapped. So, and there's no oven too. I was hoping we would see them because they fought the Blackbeard Pirates and everything.
Yeah. They might be out of commission for now.
Probably, yeah. But yeah, it's cool to see Katakuri. It's really, really cool to see Katakuri.
I only spoke on what's the dude name again in the chest?
Gaimon.
Gaimon.
Yeah.
I only spoke on him because I feel like it's just interesting to see him in the first place, but to see him on that specific panel.
Why?
Yeah.
To say that these people will be I can only pray that these people that I'm talking about will be able to hear this message, and then we see him.
That is interesting.
It could mean nothing, but I think it's just something to note.
Yeah, it's one of those things Oda will reveal in 500 chapters, and it'll be like, oh, that's why he was in that one panel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And I'm taking my credit if that happens. So.
Yo, bro.
That'll be fire.
Yo, what if Gaimon is the fucking, I don't know, he might be someone important.
Like related to the Will of D and all that.
That Vegapunk's talking about. We met him chapter 5.
God, that's a thought that just went through my head, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
That's some older shit, though. I'm not gonna lie. That's definitely.
I mean, he's also related to like one of the most important ideas about dreams and stuff like that, right? And how like just because the dream wasn't real, like in the end, like the treasure wasn't there, doesn't mean that my dream wasn't real. You know what I mean? Kind of reminds me of like Luffy telling Usopp like, yo, if I hear about One Piece right now, I'm quitting. Chasing the dream is what's important. So yeah, he is super important just by that alone. And if Oda keeps going with that, I think that'll be fucking sick.
Yeah, would definitely be cool. So Vegapunk's continuing his message. York lets the Gorosei know that they have to actually destroy the snail in order to stop the message completely. And as this is happening, the thing I can't even speak. Debris begins to fall down from the sky, along with humans. A whole bunch of siphon pole, rubber, and some of the seraphim all begin to fall down from the sky from the explosion that happened a few chapters ago in the center of the island, underneath the island.
No. The explosion. They cut the thing in half and they all fell. And then earlier, like a chapter or two ago, you see the bottom of the page how he's spitting them out. Pause. He had swallowed them all. Shepard.
Saturn. No, not Saturn.
Nah, Shepard. Yeah.
Worm dude.
Shepard Jupiter. Yeah.
Jupiter. Yeah.
So I guess he just decided to like cause chaos on the ships by raining down the people, which is an interesting attack. But whatever.
it shows you two things. They know Luffy and them are actually good guys. Like they're not gonna let people just die, right? Especially innocent people falling from the sky. They're gonna try to save them. And it also
Who are you
shows
talking
the
about here?
Gorse,
The Gorse?
the Gorse. Yeah. Like to us, it shows us two things because the Gorse knows that the Luffy and them are not bad guys. They're not gonna let these people just fucking die and shit. You know what I mean?
But
Meanwhile, the Gorse don't care about his men. They're just using them as as a distraction to then do their thing.
what?
Yeah, and then he also goes on to use, I guess, the open space to try to like suction in the giant ships too. So
Hmm.
it's all like he was opening up space and storage.
Yeah, I don't know if he necessarily thought about the Strawhat's affinity when he did this attack because I don't see them doing anything to save anybody. Luffy just starts attacking, dude.
Maybe letting niggas die. But yeah, I assume it's more of like a hail of people trying to
I
like
think it's
maybe
just an
destroy the
attack. He's
ships.
just trying to cause chaos and attack as much space as possible.
That's fair. That's
Or
fair.
maybe make room for the suction move.
Oh.
But yeah, so he spits everybody out. Everybody's falling. It's chaos. And then once again, he does the vacuum sucky, and begins to.
Right, man.
My fault. He begins to pull the giant ship towards the land. Luffy tries to stop it and punches the dude. What's his name again?
Shepherd
Jupiter.
Jupiter punches
Yeah.
Jupiter in the face. I think that turns off the suction attack.
You press the button.
Yeah. As this is going on, we get Venus. No, Venus is the sword.
Mercury.
Mercury, yeah.
Yeah.
We get Mercury running past Luffy and Jupiter. No, Jupiter. Oh my god.
Yeah, you got it.
Okay, that's it, right? I've had
Yeah.
fucking planets, yo. He runs past them and goes straight for the ship, looking to ram directly into it and completely annihilate everybody on the ship. They call out for Bonnie, but Bonnie is completely done. She says freedom is tiring. She is zooted, and she's also back to kid form as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's completely worn out. It's looking grim, but then, alas, somebody calls out for Joy Boy, and it is none other than the giant robot. Comes out to sea and completely punches the shit out of Walker. He breaks off one of his tusks, completely annihilates him, and says, "Remember, Emet, only when the time is right." Well, this is confusing. I'm not.
Yeah, you got it. And then the robot responds, "Time is right."
Responds, "Time is right." But who's that? This
So-
what confused me as who was talking.
It's his memories, bro.
Yeah, I think that's the original Joy Boy that's telling him.
Yeah.
Like,
It's
he's
his memories of talking to Joy Boy in the
Yeah.
past.
yeah, because
Okay.
he's like talking to himself, right? He's like, saying, "Remember, Emmett, he told it like only when the time is right," and then he's
Okay.
asking himself, "Time is right?" You know,
What is what does that mean? And I guess it could be
Okay.
just a shit conversation they used to have, but this is what I meant by the first thing, bro. This is the first Joy Boy text box ever. These are his direct words, bro. It's so crazy to think about. Like these are shit that he actually spoke. It's just crazy to think about. And yeah, what an ending to the chapter.
Yeah, we get Luffy hyping up over a robot. I think this is very funny. You know, he always gets happy over robots.
Yeah.
Yeah, really cool stuff. Interesting way to end the chapter. So those bubbles did confuse me at first, but now I see it's memories of Joy Boy talking to him.
I think what throws me off at all is like the putting the panel of Luffy on the first, like the right page, where the first word Joy Boy pops
Joy
up.
Boy, yeah.
I almost construed that as him talking to Luffy,
Yeah, like I thought it was him seeing Luffy and saying Joy Boy.
and then like Luffy's like, here's him, like what? But I think he's just noticing him coming up from underwater.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, because if it's not a speech bubble. It's like a thought
Exactly.
bubble kind of. So like
Yeah.
I can
But
see
it's
what
also
you mean.
kind of like Zunisha too. Like I think Zunisha talks kind of similar to this, but I have to go back to the chapters.
That's what I was thinking. YHuss. I thought, what if like he actually did call out to Joy Boy?
Yeah, it's like telepathy, right?
And Luffy heard him with the voice of all things because we know he has that. You know, he's done it with Zunisha. He's done it with one member of Joy Boy's, companion, and this is another one. So
yeah, yo, that's fucking facts. I didn't really put two together. The voice of all things helping him with both of them. But yeah, Mr. We were both right about the giant helping and doing
certain
damage.
things, yeah, because I did say that the giant was gonna help him with Mars,
yeah.
but that was not the case. Instead, fucking here comes Mercury, and he just got buffed, bro, like
Yeah.
a big time, bro. Like he had no idea. And what one thing that I think was interesting is, is Mercury fucking running on water?
It looks like he jumped from the land to the sea
Yeah,
in
I
that
think he was
panel.
going to jump,
Okay.
just crash into the ship.
Yeah,
Crash
yeah.
into the boat.
Yeah.
Okay,
But
that
that's
makes
also
sense.
interesting in and of itself.
Yes.
In that kind of shows he doesn't really have a fear of water.
Yeah.
Which
So,
I think is the nail in the coffin for me saying they had devil fruits. They're
yeah.
definitely some sort of demons, bro.
Oh man, it's crazy, bro. But and we actually did hurt him because we saw Luffy Gear 5 try many attacks on Mercury and it didn't work. And here
Yeah,
comes
we
the
literally
giant.
see the page or the panel right before he's letting them know that he's really hard. Like none of my attacks are working. He's telling them that we gotta flee. There's nothing we can do here. And then here comes the giant, just one shot, breaking a tusk, doing damage.
Yeah, crazy, bro. I think it's nuts because Luffy is literally one of the strongest people in the world.
Yeah, literally one of the strongest people in the verse right now. So,
but it kind of just goes to show like how fucking strong JOYBOY'S crew must have been.
yeah.
And I kind of like as this is what we said about how like the giant would have. I thought he would have like I thought there would be something special, like maybe he can feed off Luffy's Gear 5 energy to, damage them in some way. But it seems like he's just straight up that strong to damage Mercury straight up. And it would be interesting if this is permanent damage for some reason. That would be really. I wouldn't be surprised if that ends up being the case.
Part of his mustache is missing.
yeah. Like it's a new scar, for example. But that wouldn't. Like, it would be interesting if like they had some, and like that's what I mean. That like they can leave the island with the sense of like, okay, there is some way to hurt them. These Gorosei, and it actually came true. Yeah, the Iron Giant has hurt one of the Gorosei, but I wonder if it'll be much of a like. I wonder if he'll just get cooked after this.
Yeah, no, I mean, because also we've seen the Gorosei get hurt, but then they just rejuvenated, right? So
Yeah,
we'll see if that's
Mercury,
we'll see if that's the case with this guy. But if not, then they gotta find out what that giant's made out of, because if it's like made out of like sea prism,
yeah,
maybe that's what hurts it, or if it's something else, we have no idea.
Yeah.
Well, Sea Prism would be under the impression that they have devil fruits. You're saying, and you're saying that you think they don't, right?
The way he's jumping into the sea, I'm sorry to
they
like
wouldn't
be
have devil
convinced.
fruits. If he had a devil fruit, he would not just aimlessly jump over the sea like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, but maybe like he had faith they'd fish him out if he could damage the ship enough. Like, I mean, at the end of the day, we'll still have to need confirmation. But yeah, I'm just assuming they don't. I've given up my agenda at this point. That they do have devil fruits. I'm assuming that they don't at this point.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just I guess it's like he really hurt them. Like what do you guys make of the Joy Boy line? I think it's a bit different than the TCB actually. The TCB is more like the time is at hand, and then he's like the time. What does that mean? But this one, it's more like he's telling him like, in the future there will be a time, and when that time is right, you got to do what you got to do. You know what I mean?
That's when you come out and do your thing.
Yeah. He might be referring to the 200 like when he climbed the wall. That might have been the time. Because it seemed like he was out of commission. But at the same time, though, I do say that it seems like they knew that 900 years from now, Joy Boy is gonna come back. So maybe he meant the time is now, right now when Luffy's here.
Yeah,
that actually makes the most sense.
That does. Well, one thing, because we know that the giants are old, right?
Yes.
They've been around for hundreds of years. I thought it was pretty interesting when they were like, "What the heck is that?" That they don't know about this robot that attacked Mary Joelle type of shit,
Yeah.
So
that is interesting. I wonder how big the news was at that point. You know what I mean? Like if they could have got a description of it.
They kept it hush hush. Now knowing the government, they probably just so that's true. Actually, no, the world wouldn't know about that attack.
But still, like it also like it seems like to be based off them a little bit. It has like a Vikings helmet and horns and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's why we're going to Elbaf next. Right, we're going to get a ton of exposition and lore about this kind of thing. So I wouldn't be surprised if they know something. Because if you think about it, those chiefs that one of them got killed by Big Mom, they're like 300 years old. So and that's older than this guy. Than this guy's appearance at Marijwa. So yeah, like I think there's still some sort of merit to that. Like they probably know a little bit of something, even if they have to look in their history books or something like that.
Oof, man, what a chapter, bro.
Yeah. It's definitely been hectic. I was talking to some people. I definitely think this is the climax of the arc. I don't think we have more than 6, 7, maybe 10 max left in this arc.
Yeah, and 10 is super max, honestly.
Yeah, I think even that's definitely pushing it. So do we think that everybody makes it out and we're just on our way to the giant island willy-nilly?
I think so. Because that's what it seems like, right? Like Luffy took care of Jupiter, of Mars and Jupiter. We have the giant taking care of Mercury. Like even if it was for like a moment that he can knock them out, then and they can make their escape, and then we have the guys above fighting Venus. And I don't know where the fuck Saturn is.
Yeah, I think Saturn is in the lab.
Right.
Last time we saw him. Oh no, they attacked the Iron Giant, so I guess he really disappeared. We don't know where he is.
So, but I remember last chapter. To me, it felt like we're getting off this island, and it still feels that way. There's just a few more things are gonna happen before then.
Yeah. The only things that I foresee is I truly believe that there's still a big Vegapunk like turn where he's like, yeah, I was ahead of you world government niggas the whole time. I even have like the chapter where when York realizes where the what's it called, the snail is, she literally says, you must have known the government's plan because you had to have got readings of Lelucia. You like all this stuff makes me think that you knew about the government's plan. So in my opinion, there's still something he hasn't said, and there's still some big turnaround. There's still some big heel
reveal
turn
or something.
Reveal, yeah. So I think that's left, but I think that could happen in the next chapter or two. And like you said, Mars is out of here. I don't think we're gonna see Mars the rest of the arc, honestly. In terms of like the rest of the shots getting off the island.
Yeah.
So yeah, I actually truly believe that, man, if it ends in like three chapters, I wouldn't be surprised. Like if we're sailing in the 3rd or 4th chapter from here, I would not be shocked.
Yeah, I
which
definitely
is
agree.
crazy to say. Like Egghead was surprisingly long. I think like it was 60 chapters around. So
I know we all thought it was gonna be short too, like a short little stopgap type of shit, but it ended up not being the case.
It ended up being like a real arc, honestly.
For real.
Yeah. It's just crazy.
It's definitely
also, one thing, one of the panels I really liked was when fucking Luffy grabbed Mars in the air. He looked crazy, bro. After he got hit with the fire, and when he told everyone to start hitting him, like that panel of Luffy.
Yeah, his face is insane.
Yes,
dude.
I
didn't even realize. Look at his eyes, yo. Holy shit.
Bro, he looks crazy, bro. That shit's gonna look so good animated, like some horror-ish, type of shit.
Yeah.
Like, because Luffy has had those moments, especially like they really showed it in the anime.
Yeah, in the anime, they've definitely been making Gear 5 look a lot more menacing.
Yes, and I fucking love it so much. As goofy as it is, it's still menacing as hell.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Let's go.
Yo, there was real quick, Kelly. One thing that I was thinking about. I told YHuss about this. I forgot to mention last chapter. Because I don't think any of the Gorosei will be taken out in this arc, but I think it would be cool is if like they go back to Emu and they're like, one of you guys got to get punished, and it has to be Saturn, right? Because all this shit happened under his supervision, bro. Vegapunk fucking playing chess on their ass, like, being ahead of them. Him creating Bonnie, which in turn created a second Nika, right? With the experiments that he did to Genie and Bonnie when she was a baby. All the shit that he did to Kuma, and like tying Kuma with Vegapunk, and then like it's literally this big ass karma just coming back, biting him in the ass, bro. And like, because he always saw them as insects, and it's funny because he's the insect out of them, aside from Jupiter.
Yeah.
But like, these insects fought back, and now they're paying for what he did, his hubris. You know what I mean? Like, it's pretty full circle and beautiful.
Yeah, I think we could see a scene like from Alchemist Brotherhood when Father like takes back one of the homunculus,
Mm-hmm.
and like he like basically like just like rips the Philosopher's Stone out of them, and then we could, I think someone brought up, it might have been Opute, John Sherrod, talking about like we might see how they get their next the next Gorosei, or like the next wielder of his power or whatever. We could see something like that from that kind of scenario. So I think that's actually a really cool idea. It would show like kind of like how their power works, why they're so connected in terms of the ability to use telepathy and being the Discord call and stuff like that. So
yeah, it's true. That'd be cool, because it could be what's his Figureland, or it could be someone.
Oh yeah, Figureland would be a cool one.
Or it could be someone that we know. You know what I mean? Like someone that like a long time ago, fucking this girl, Zoro's girl, the one that died early on, or something like that.
I would hate that, but
I know. I'm just saying, but it could be, or like not Sabo, or Ace's dead body fucking revives type of shit, bro. Like,
I would like crazy. the Figureland. I think that's like a good setup.
Figureland would be cool, but it's just Oda's got something planned, bro.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Or with Luffy's mom.
Oh, brother. All right. On that note,
Crocodile's already a cross guild, man.
Anything you want to talk about before we wrap it up?
Not really, man.
I think that's about it.
I feel like that's
all right. I ain't gonna lie.
I mean,
my stomach has been dying for like the past 20 minutes, so I gotta get out of here. I ain't gonna lie. Big shout out to everybody that hung out with us today. We appreciate you guys in the Twitch chat, on the YouTube chat. If you're not watching these episodes live, make sure you do. Twitch.tv/CaliMac or YouTube at Strawhat Sitdown. Every Sunday at 12 p.m. we are here. We are ready to talk to you and listen to your theories and your opinions, even if they're nonsense. We're here for it. You feel me? We're here for it.
Yes, sir.
Big shout outs to everybody watching on Apple Podcasts, Spotify Podcasts, Podbean, YouTube, etc. We appreciate you guys as well. Make sure you guys follow us on all our socials at Strawhat Sitdown on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. You look for us, you will find us. That's about it. There's no chapter next week, but we'll still be back with some break week shenanigans. So make sure you stay tuned for that. Until next time, you guys take it easy, be safe, be healthy. We appreciate you guys, and we will see y'all when we see y'all. Peace.
Peace out.
Who gon' get down? We are. This that Strawhat Sitdown. We are. Who the crew with the fleet? We are. Who gon' piece that one piece? We are. Who gon' get down? We are. This that Strawhat Sitdown. We are. Who the crew with the fleet? We are. Who gon' piece that one piece? We are. Strawhat Sitdown crew in the building. We Corona to these other podcasts. We gon' put these people in their feelings when they hear this, and they know that they can't top this. We spit facts and we poppin'. Every time an episode is dropping, we see D3 in the corner. Mister, that's a real G with the green screen in the background. Got him looking like he in a real scene. We got Big Mod in the cut. Always ready with rebuttals, but he bring the knowledge when we in the huddle, so you know the crew is never gonna fumble. And it's YHuss, last but not least. If you ask me, then Cali, mad the captain, make him rally around me. Every Sunday we gon' run deep, and we can't stop until we find out about that one piece. Who gon' get down? We are. This that Strawhat Sitdown. We are. Who the crew with the fleet? We are. Who gon' piece that one piece? We are. Who gon' get down? We are. This that Strawhat Sitdown. We are. Who the crew with the fleet? We are. Who gon' piece that one piece?